All right, good morning. It is Friday. We are just getting started. Got our first cup of coffee, launching into our first game of Battle Royale solos. I was just playing with the AMAX, trying to get some, I don't know, some better setup on it. I think we're going to try to go a little more stealthy. Um, Keep suppressors on all of our weapons, maybe run cold-blooded. I don't think I want to run Ghost. I think that's a little too much, but cold-blooded will help us stay off the tracker and alertness, which is the biggest two things. You get the car guys driving around and they're just using alertness to find people. And tracker with that red outline is pretty OP, so we're going to stay off of those things if we can help it. And yeah, we're just going to jump in here and do our best. Wow, that was less than stellar right there. Well, it is Friday, so we've almost made it to the weekend. So in this pregame, we haven't killed a single bot. Well, it's not a bot. It's all BO or people, I guess. All right. So we're running the AMAX and the HDR, so we are going to be supporting the sniper. Looks like we're going to end up in hills or promenade. So yeah, let's jump out of circle and make a big old rotation in somehow. I don't know. We'll pick a spot here. Butter, good morning. Demonic Angel, good morning. Hope all is well. Yeah, this is going to be a long rotation in, so we're going to have to shop us up a car, most likely. But our goal for this game is to get loadout and see if the cold-blooded helps with the alertness problem. Or with, yeah, alertness and tracker problem. I'm sure it will. Now we are going to be giving up our regen of our lethals and tacticals, so that's going to be perhaps a problem. The game's a little glitchy right now, and I don't know why. It shouldn't be. Everything should be running fairly smoothly, I would think, but it doesn't seem to be. We didn't hear anybody drop with us, so we should be okay. At least for a minute or two. Not sure which of these are better. Punisher is kind of close to us. Lots of LMGs and snipers so far. Anyway, so it is Friday. We almost made it to the weekend. I've had a good visit with my mom so far. She's been here for a few days. We're having a good time still. All right, we are double red, so let's go ahead and see if we can snag a car and just get out of here. Oh, we can't. Guess that's not going to happen. We ran right into the guy. I looked up that hill and saw the guy standing there and said, oh, that's probably my bounty right there. So that went less than successful. But we have coffee, so that's good. Good thing is we have about 4,600 bucks. And we can get out of here, drop closer to circle, loot up, maybe come up with something. So they said they were going to nerf the Terminator skin. We saw a couple of them yesterday, and they didn't look very nerfed to me. So, and then we got this lady in the pajamas. She kind of looks like a meth head or something. But that's okay. All right. Let's see if we can get out of here. Get some smoke behind us. And we made it. What do we have? 4,600 bucks. We really don't want to be downtown, so let's go. Oh, I don't know. Promenade's probably even worse. I think we're going to not go for a contract. We're going to just grab some loot, hope for the best here. Got the car guy right in front of us. This has all been looted. Uh-oh. Game isn't working for some reason there. Couldn't switch to fist for some reason. My keyboard's working. Guess it's been a while since anybody's been up here. Might as well pick up a heartbeat sensor. Gunshots all around. We do not want a contract. Just keep making noise. It's always good to make noise in places you're not going to stay for very long. I think. I don't know. Eventually we're going to run into the person that's been looting here. Or we're going to run out of houses to look at. $200 short. Car inbound for buy station. He probably has alertness. That was not the best thing we could have done there. I didn't really expect him to be on the staircase, but he heard us break the window, and what else is he going to do? All right, well, we got one death, or 2 deaths and 1 kill. Not great at all, but we're going to go back in and try again. And keep drinking our coffee until we get woken up here. We got 0 XP. Got a little bit of weapon XP. Guess just running around with a weapon you get something. It's only 6,000. Oh, okay. Well, I thought a loadout was 7,500, so we were actually looking for more money. Butter just corrected me on that. Yeah, our whole goal was to get our loadout just to try out to see if our perks are better or worse. Probably pushing the guy in the truck upstairs wasn't a good idea. I don't even think we got 1 shot on him. Yeah, I'm so used to loadouts being 7,500. UAVs being like 6 grand, everything else is 4,000. So maybe I should pay more attention. Might help. Looks like our double XP weekends are over, finally. So I guess everybody has their battle pass at least up to something usable. We're on page 8, it looks like. So we have, well, almost half of it finished. It looks like our next thing is going to be a blueprint for the Tanto 22. Not sure why anybody would want that thing. CPU 22 girl, welcome in. Hope your night of gaming went well. I saw you were playing a little bit of Verdansk yesterday. I hope that worked out about like you would expect. Yeah, so we did pretty bad that time. We died to our bounty. He found us pretty quick. We looted up, got one contract finished. We were trying to get our loadout and died to a guy doing a recon contract. It's about right. So I still have my mom in town. She's going to be here until Sunday. I think she's going home Sunday morning. So today and tomorrow. We actually had a good day yesterday. Went downtown, walked on Main Street, went out to lunch, went out to dinner with my brother. So yeah, we're getting lots of family time in. So finding matches is getting longer and longer. It seemed like for the first couple of days of Verdansk, it was in the 60 millisecond range we would find matches, and now we're already up to 112 milliseconds to get a match. So it's either people aren't up early playing, or just not a lot of people are playing this anymore. I think it's going to be one of those nostalgia things that comes in. People jump in, they'll play for a week or so and say, it's the same thing. Once you visit all the points of interest, you make all the long rotations, and you get killed by a Terminator a few times. It's like, yeah, I'm over that. I'm not going to keep doing that. I did notice I jumped into one game Plunder. They already have the zip lines up, which is going to totally, well, not totally, but it's going to destroy the Battle Royale feeling, especially downtown, the large buildings. If you're playing a Battle Royale, and it's like, ooh, I'm going to get up on that building and snipe. Well, it's a risk to get up there. You either spend 5 minutes in a staircase hoofing up that building to snipe, or you take the inside elevator, and most likely somebody has some spring mines or something set right at the top of it. But you don't have that risk with the zip lines. You can just take the zip line up, peek it, drop away, and there's no risk to it. There's a little risk, but there's no time delay. I'm just going to jump on the zip line and go. So I hope they don't really implement that stuff, but I'm sure they will. Over on YouTube, looks like we have Wise Man. Good morning. Ricky Bobby. Good morning. Wise Man, wish I was home playing. I'm envious. Retired and playing games. Yeah, somebody's got to do it. But don't worry, the way the economy's going, within 6 months or so, I'm going to have to go back to work anyway. Retirement money doesn't go as far as it used to. And we are not able to see people very well. I didn't change any of my settings, but like last game, I did not see the guy. Our bounty guy. He was standing up on the hill just waiting for us, and we ran right into him. All right, let's do this again and be more careful-ish. Maybe we'll go over by the snow area. That way it'll be a little easier, maybe. No, I'm not complaining about the economy. I know that sometimes it takes pain to redo things and get going in the right direction. And that's kind of where we're at right now. Even if it means I have to be a greeter at Walmart, I guess that's what's going to happen. No, we'll be okay. I'll just have to send Mrs. P back to work. Wiseman says, I'm sure there's money in playing games. Yeah, not as much as you might expect. One of the biggest things is the time to kill is so quick. It's like if you mess it up and get shot in the back, you're not going to have time to recover from it. You know, so the runaway tactic very seldom works. If anybody's looking at you, usually they'll get enough shots on you to wipe you out. It's kind of like, I guess, more real life-ish, that you're just not going to walk off from gunshots in the back. There's a better XMG. Not that that's what we want, but sometimes you just get what you need, I guess. All right, 2,400 bucks. And at some point we have to slow down and stop rushing. All right, I guess up the hill is where we want to be. How are we going to do that? Take the moped? Probably not very discreet. We are hunted, so it would be nice to get this thing done before we get deaded. See if we're going the right way away from our bounty or not. I'm guessing we're going the right way. We'll see if he closes in on us at all here. Don't want to be locked down into a bus. Well, we don't know where this guy is. So we have our perks now. We should have bounty averted. I guess that's a good thing. So we should have cold-blooded. We should have scavenger. So if we kill someone, we have better stuff. We start with full ammo. That's a good thing. And I'm not sure if waiting here and trying to cover a buy station is a good idea. I'm gonna have people wanting something, I'm sure. I don't know. Just standing here in the open is not great. We have a little bit of hard cover, but not enough to survive. All it's going to take is one guy to come up from a military base beside us, and we're going to die a horrible death. Flying high, good morning. C-Tuck, good morning. Hope all is well with you guys. It's Friday. We've almost made it to the weekend. All right, we're gonna ignore this because we know where there's people probably blocking behind us by this point. You know what I really need is one of those ghillie suits. We could just lay in a bush, wait for circle to close. So somebody just dropped a kill streak on that area. There he is. When in doubt, run him down, right? feel like we just got sniped at. And it wasn't a very good snipe. Alright, well, we're just going to wait this out for a second here. Now, we don't have restock. We don't have a lot of... Wow, okay. So he threw a smoke or something, and we looked at it, and he just popped us in the head, so that's pretty good. Yeah, I'm thinking that people are smarter at this game than I am for some reason. But maybe they're just a little bit more patient, because we did get sniped at when we jumped out of the car. And I said, oh, why? There was a noise. Let's peek out this window. And that's all a sniper's looking for, is you to peek out and rip your head off. All right, well, let's have our coffee. Maybe that'll make everything better. So I guess we didn't really give our new perks a college try. I felt like I would rather have had restock. Wow, it's like the blind shooting the blind there. I don't think I hit him once that whole time. We just kind of whiffed every shot. All right, what can we change up? Because I don't like what's going on here. So scavenger gives us maximum starting ammo and stuff, but you don't get. I don't know. Let's stick to the same. We didn't really give it a try, but I did like Quartermaster because it does recharge your equipment over time. But Cold-Blooded will keep you off the tracker and the alertness. And I feel like late game, the alertness gives you away because you get the car guys driving around, and they're just looking for a hit on their high alert to stop and wipe you out. So maybe we should just stick with what we got. We don't know. Let's see how our stats are this morning, and then we can reevaluate it at the end. So we're at a 1.68 KD. We'll see if that holds up. Our last recent matches have been horrible. 37th, 122nd, 12th, 122nd, 16th. So we are not even getting in top 10. Definitely going downtown. Flying high. That was a good play by him. Yeah, you know, when he threw that smoke, I was thinking, oh, someone's closing in towards our building, and maybe we can go to guns with our AMAX on them. But yeah, he threw the smoke to the side just to get me to peek out the window, and it was a good tactic, and it worked. I mean, obviously we peeked, and I kind of like the way he threw it sideways. He didn't like throw it right in front of him, so I peek out and look at him. He threw it so I peek out, and he had a nice, easy, no glint shot right on us. So good play. Kudos to Sniper Boy. But the ping times are definitely getting longer to find solo matches. And usually if the ping times well, if they can't find enough people, then you get in a lobby with everybody. Cliffy Flores was watching a streamer talking about players getting smarter. Same situation, smoke for diversion. Yeah, and that's why I'm kind of thinking, you know, I'm really torn between Cold-Blooded to stay off of the high alert and the trackers, or Quartermaster to recharge equipment over time. Even though we haven't really been using our smokes that much for the distraction purpose, we have used them in the past and it works pretty well. So maybe we should do something like that. But I think our biggest problem is we are going way too fast. Most people that are doing well seem to be moving a lot slower, camping it out, trying to come up with a good tactical solution to a problem. And like we just took that car and ran to the nearest building and we were going to sit there and wait for somebody. I don't think that's That's probably not a good strategy anymore. With all the HDR sniper issues and the car problem, I think you just need to wait it out a little bit more. I mean, you don't want to go center circle and find a bathroom and lay in it. I don't think that's going to work out well. But maybe we'll try that. Just camp it out to get to the top 10. We tried our snipes at that guy. He was pretty far away, but I don't think I was anywhere close to a hit. When he was running across that field, I thought for sure we would at least get a break of plates or something. We got a bunch of nothing. Oh my goodness, I hate these little posts next to the things. So that guy went right into the ground. He didn't crash. That was kind of weird. Okay. Looks like it's going to go to quarry or TV station or lumber. So it's probably going to end like on this back edge somewhere. So we should do the right thing and grab like a recon over here. It'll probably be in Boneyard. Got a couple buy stations. What could go wrong with that plan? I haven't had hardly any opportunities to shoot at people, but we have a guy in front of us in low right now. I think he's too low. He's probably going to that bunker. Just about glitched into the ground right there. All right, probably not the guns we need, but they're the guns we have, so we're gonna just run and hope for the best. Didn't expect that to be all the way on the other side of the road. Great, now we have 2 LMGs.
Hold down the point until it's secure.
Is he gonna push? He is gonna push. It's awesome. Do we know where he went? Maybe if we get rid of the safe, he won't be interested in this area anymore. I feel like he ran this way, but we don't really know.
Well done, soldier. Check your map for the next gas spread location.
Alright, well, we got lucky that he didn't pursue that. So what have we learned? Quarry looks like the place. Let's see where this car is going. So loadout is $6 grand, huh? Let's get one of those. That's kind of cool. I thought it was 7,500 last game. Thought we heard someone. And people are a lot more patient than I am as far as waiting for somebody to do a first move. I am not that patient. You know, if there's not a movement in 30 seconds, I feel like I need to run and get out of there, move, do something. Hippie Moon Chick, what is going on? Game, solo's hard after Gulag. Very few contracts to get enough money. Yeah, I mean, there are some downsides. Obviously, getting back from the Gulag is a good thing. Just consider yourself lucky to be able to get anything out of it. All right. Depends on how long it's been since you've been in the Gulag, I guess. I heard the guy sniping on the roof, but I don't know if we're going to get eyes on him from here. So our alertness shouldn't trigger people right now. We do have cold-blooded on. And we're hoping that that's the thing that's been causing us problems with car guys. They've been seeing our alertness track. That looked like a person, but it wasn't. Hippie Moon Chick, they finally got fiber internet. You know, I wish we had fiber internet. Oh, we got a sniper. I think he's looking right at us, too.
Moving.
We obviously can't sit there for very long.
Cancel last.
I don't know where he was. So maybe we shouldn't sit there and look at him. My guy doesn't seem to run very fast. Yeah, so fiber internet, that's a big thing. I know we have fiber in Florida. But here we're lucky to get anything. I think it's one step up from dial-up. Yeah, so not having the restock on your lethals and tacticals makes you not want to use them because you never know when you're going to get them back. I shouldn't say get them back.
You've got a loadout drop there.
That wasn't very smart.
Gas is closing in. Relocating safe zone.
I was hoping that's what he did, but I wasn't really sure we were going to be able to get over there in time. And hope he didn't drop blast traps on the way up here. What do you have that's good? Money, we'll take that. Take your vest. I guess that's good enough. Alright, how are we going to make this rotation? I think we're going to run off to the side here and hope for the best. Running around with no bullets in our gun. It's not a very long run, but it's going to be kind of death-defying going up this hill. And I don't know if that car is supposed to be there or not.
Gas is inbound.
Good thing about a car, so how is he able to see us and lock on so well? I guess, are we white? Why are we a different color? I don't know. I lost him in the bushes and all of a sudden he just turned and deletes us. We're just not very good. Alright, so we got Yuri. Yuri sounds like he should be pretty good. Yuri was not that good. So the later CPU with the hype, what is up? Yeah, so later in the game, if you go in the gulag, you get an SMG instead of a pistol, which is kind of goodish, I guess. Gives you... So where is this guy going, or where's he at? He should still be in the burger barn. We're not going to worry about him. Hopefully get over this hill before he shoots us. Man, this is like in the middle of nothing land here. And we have the guy that killed us over on that other hill. I guess we put our gun away and just do the shimmy run and hope for the best. We're not going to go for that buy station. We're gonna die a horrible death here. Well, no one shot at us yet on this side of the hill, so maybe we should stick here for a minute. So, I don't know why we don't have full ammo. I thought when you get Survivor, you get full ammo when you come in. See where the circle goes. Could be a big deal for us.
Gas is inbound. Marking new safe zone.
There's another car over here. I'm sure somebody parked it, expecting it to be here when they're done sniping up in this building. Looks pretty beat up. But we'll take it for a minute to get a better position and circle. CPU22, DP, we have room for 2 if you want to play BR casual mode with us. Now let me stay solo this morning. I'm not sure how long I'm going to be playing, and my attention span just is not good right now. So you guys enjoy. Thanks for the offer. And I will take you up on it eventually, just not this morning. My mom's in town and I'm a little distracted. It's all I can do is walk and chew gum at the same time. Man, I need to learn not to look out windows because that's going to be the death of me.
Less than 25 was still standing.
So these guys are quick, I tell you. Or my internet's just delayed. He like no scope, car 98 dead, done. All right, well, we are doing worse. Stop. All right, 3 kills, 2 deaths. So I guess we didn't do worse. We did get the gulag kill. All right, let's go again. We're gonna have to get some more coffee, but we are getting our ass handed to us in battle royale solos. Stats, sure, we're probably going down 0.67. We're down a point, but not horrible. Yeah, so are we better to have the cold-blooded to stay off of tracker and alertness, or are we better to have quartermaster to get our equipment back? It didn't really matter that time, but maybe we'll keep doing what we're doing. Scavenger, I don't know if that's really helping us. Maximum primary ammo loadout acquisition only. We got our loadout and we didn't get full ammo on our AR, so I'm not sure what that's about. Yeah, I thought start equip max reserve ammo for your primary weapon. Maybe they gave me ammo for the sniper? I don't know. Seems difficult to figure out. Pull my finger. What is up? Welcome in. All right, gonna grab some coffee. I'll be right back. All right. So after that game, the offer from CPU22 girl for a casual game sounds pretty good. Because I just don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's the long ping times on my server or my internet, but the last couple times we've just been way outplayed. Trolling, Tac Sprint, or Tracker are the best perks to run in the game. Yeah, Tac Sprint, I don't know if that's helpful because you get full Tac Sprint just running with your melee weapon. Tracker, I agree. If you're a super aggressive player, yeah, absolutely. Tracker will outline the enemy, and if you're on a squad, it's really good because you know, it'll outline the enemy for the whole squad. So that's good. But if you're more of a defensive player, cold-blooded will make you immune to tracker, and if everybody's running it, then this is a good thing to have. And I thought the biggest problem we were having before was alertness. Every time a car runs by, they get an alertness pop-up that says enemy near, and they'll circle your building and know exactly where you're at, and then they'll come out and just thrash you. So it's hard to say, but trolling, you're probably right. If you're an aggressive track player, tac sprint might be helpful for you. Tracker absolutely is helpful. Unless you run up to somebody with cold-blooded, then it doesn't work. So we're going to try the cold-blooded route for a while. And the good thing is, if it doesn't do us any good, then we can just change it later and try something else. Biggest problem we're having right this second is just the game is laggy. You know, it'll freeze frame you into the ground. And I'm just going to blame it on my internet. Our latency in pregame is like 54 milliseconds, which is not that great. It's a huge difference. In Florida, we were like in the 20s. And then you get up here in the mountains and it's like, yeah, okay, you're already dead by the time you see somebody. Like that last game, we stepped out on that balcony, we saw the guy on the roof, and the moment we saw him, we were dead. It was like, man, target, dead. But from his point of view, we came out on the balcony and stood there for half a second. Even though he didn't really aim down sight, he just kind of Cronused us, or aim-botted us, or aim-assisted us. It's still not good. And I don't feel like it was this way a few days ago. But I can tell the game is glitchy. You know, as we're coming down, it's like we're missing frames or something. 62 milliseconds. Man, we might as well be playing on a European server or something. A plate wouldn't be nice. There's one. Alright, a C9 and a Car 98. Or an HDR. I think we're on HDR just because we're so gonna die out here. Surprised there's not somebody in those windows just looking over here waiting to destroy us.
Supply box secured. 2 to go.
I feel like the scavengers are farther apart than they were a few days ago. Like maybe they stretched them out a little bit. And running right towards buildings is not a good thing. Alright, we'll grab this, then we're going to slow down and try to be quiet.
Contract complete. Supply box is secured.
$14,000. So it seems like we're okay, but what do we need? A self-revive? What else do we need? A kill streak of some type? Alright, so this time we got full ammo on both weapons.
FMB, danger close. Over.
Alright. Running straight towards an open window probably is not a good thing. Do you have a heartbeat? We could check it out.
You've got gas moving in. Fire solution was bad. Missed.
Alright, we have all of our plates, all of our ammo, so no reason to do anything except heartbeat and run. Got somebody getting a loadout right here. Oh, we're getting looked at from behind. Where did we get looked at from? We're going to take your money. We're actually going to put this here also, just in case you do come back. We'll get an alert on it. Now we're going to rely on this heartbeat too much.
Enemy precision airstrike. Find cover.
Yeah, so this person is ghosted. Extend away just because we're not seeing them.
Heads up. An enemy squad marks you as a bounty target.
Now we are not ghosted, so they could probably see us if they have a heartbeat or something. Alright, the guy came back for his loot, or somebody went to check it out. So we are not that guy to go run up and try to find somebody. Snarky Goblin, happy Friday, welcome in. Hope all is well with you today. Guy just got out of that. Really? So you're gonna not miss a shot from that far away? Okay. Guessing he's got his kilo or something. Now we don't have our restock. I think he just wiped himself out. Man, you are so bad. You gotta try to make those Terminator guys feel bad about themselves. Alright, what are we gonna do now? We don't know. Here's a deployable cover. He has ground loot. He picks up a bounty and just thinks he's gonna thrash us. He probably almost did thrash us. I think we wait for the circle before we decide to move, just to see what's going on here.
Gas is closing in. Get to the new safe zone.
Do you have a person 50 meters up the hill? Alright, so he deserved every bit of that. We only have 2 plates left after all of that. I would think that our scavengers should give us more stuff. But it didn't. Pull my finger. Bird's Eye fixes the ghosted problem. Yeah, Bird's Eye fixes the ghosted problem only if you're pulling UAVs. And in solos, I don't think UAVs are a huge issue. In fact, we haven't seen one yet. So I don't think that that's. I mean, for a squad game, yeah, Bird's Eye. Get one of your guys to run Bird's Eye, and I think you're probably in a good situation.
Gas is closing
But
in.
it doesn't seem to really help in solos. Just because you're not going to have the UAVs up, you're not going to be pushing people as much. Somebody's close. We need to scavenge a little bit to come up with plates. Yeah, someone yesterday was saying Bird's Eye was the best perk, like bar none. And I don't get it. I don't see it. I mean, maybe there's something I'm missing, but I just don't see it. You know, we have the guy over there. Let's go ahead and, what do we need? We don't really need much. We need to keep moving is what we need to do. Wise man, so bad, sounds about right. I don't know what that means. Dr. Sean, good morning. Hope all is well. All right, we got a guy on the big building, but as long as we keep the bank between us and him, he should be okay for a minute. Guess he's ghosted too. Now, normally we don't run with a heartbeat sensor out, but we are trying new stuff today. Because if everybody's running tracker, then they're not running ghost. But that does not seem to be the case. Most people we've ran up against are ghosted. Let's wait here. If we go too far, we're going to get people behind us. Wise man, he's so bad. Sounds about right. Yeah, that's the anytime you see anybody in a Terminator skin, you just got to heckle them when you kill them. Because you know that they're probably not good. Or if they are good, they're just looking to dominate people. And it's just not good. Now, you know, it's a pay-to-win skin. And it's like the Groot guys. Everybody runs Groot. I'm sorry, I just don't get it. You might as well just buy cheats at that point and hope for the best. No, it's all good. People do whatever you want. All right, we know there was a guy on that double 2-story building. I don't really think anybody's going to come up behind us, so let's just keep looking over here. The Terminator was so bad, remember. Yeah, he was so bad. I remember. It takes me a minute to think about things, but I remember.
Gas is moving in. New safe zone located.
So that guy on the 2-story building, I'm not sure where he went. But he didn't come this way. Alright, we're just going to keep moving up this ridge, I guess. Hope we don't get held by somebody. Someone had a bad experience right here, so we're not going to go there. In case it's a sniper that's still looking. I do kind of want to go over there, but I don't know why. There's nothing that we need.
You've got gas moving in.
Yeah, there's not much we could buy. So we're just going to sneak in here for a second. Watch our back, because that's where danger will come from, most likely. Just keep making noise. That's always a good thing. Cliffy Floors. Try Battle Ready perk. Gives utility box in and UAV and loadout. Well, that's kind of cool. Battle Ready. I mean, but you only get loadout once or twice in a game. Probably once. So is it really worth for one utility box and one UAV? I don't know if that's a good perk. Where something like alertness or everything else kind of gives you benefits the whole game. I still feel like someone's going to come up behind us here. Brang the noise. Definitely a multiplayer perk. I think Scavenger is a waste of a perk. You're going to get what a dead player drops anyway. It's a multiplayer perk. Yeah, that might be the case because I haven't really noticed a difference with it. And keep in mind, we're just trying stuff out today, seeing what is different and what's betterish. But I tend to agree that Scavenger is not doing anything for us, except when we do get our loadout, you start with full ammo. So that's a plus. You're not sitting there with like 60 rounds in your gun, hoping for something to show up. But usually by the time you have loadout, you've already looted a little bit anyway. So yeah, maybe if you come back late game, grabbing a Scavenger perk would be helpful. Most likely not. All right, see where our circle's going to pull? Straight ahead. So we're just going to keep doing the same thing. I would think at some point we're going to have problems. I can't carry anything else, so even looking at somebody's loot is not helpful. And moving away from this buy station is probably a good thing. I thought about getting rid of our heartbeat sensor and getting a munitions box, but I don't know that we're ready to do that. 47 meters somewhere.
Calice de merde.
That came in a little helpful for us. It's not exactly what I wanted to do. I'm watching all these windows in front of us for a sniper glint, but usually by the time you see the glint anymore, you're dead. All the controller players just quick snipe, and that's it. I don't know if it's a controller player issue or just me. I like to settle into my snipes a little bit and take my time, but that's probably not what you need to be doing. All right, all we're going to do is slide up on this hill a little bit. We're not going to go very far. That's not what we want. How do you get out of this animation? There we go. All right, top 10, first time of the day. Scavenger is good for guns with low ammo capacity. Like rockets, maybe? Yeah, maybe if you're running around with an RPG, but I don't even think RPGs are in the game anymore. All right, we're gonna make a run for the top. Oh, good Lord, I keep doing the same thing. We know there's somebody up here. We heard them earlier.
Friendly loadout drops on the way.
Can't afford to wait too long, though. I'm amazed at how many little valleys there are in here. 30 rounds or less. All right, we got car guys, so we've got to worry about that.
Gas is inbound.
He just got out. Might have an opportunity to take him out of the game. That takes care of car guy. I want to see if somebody tries to grab this car. And we know car guy was sniping at someone down the hill.
Gas is inbound. Marking new safe zone.
Where is the guy? Now I am silenced on both weapons, so we shouldn't be on the mini-map.
You're losing ground. Moving.
We're going to go ahead and kill streak their trucks. Doesn't seem like we're doing any good on their trucks over there.
Target struck. No casualties. Only 4 remain. Finish the job. Gas is
2 other people. We want them to shoot at each other. They're both ghosted. We know there was one over on the other side of the trucks. I feel like there's one guy still in this house.
New safe zone located.
We're gonna let him go find the other guy.
Gas is closing in.
Ah, frustrating.
They hit us hard that time. Dust yourself off, regroup.
That wasn't good. The truck almost ran us over. I kind of chickened out. Shouldn't have ran down the hill. Chris says, kill yourself. Thanks, Chris. Yeah, so we tried to take out the cars with the cluster, and it didn't take the cars out. Maybe we should have closed in on the cars early, put our prox mines on them. I don't know. I thought we almost got on the hood of the car, which would have been good, but it didn't work out. Thanks for the good game, Cliffy, Dr. Sean, Brandon, good morning. John has a problem finding plates. It happens. All right, that is by far one of our better games. But we are going to fix, look at our AR summary. What do we end up with? So we had 5 kills. I don't think we even went to Gulag that time, so that's good. Let's go ahead and get rid of Scavenger. It did absolutely nothing for us. Low profile is not going to help. Veteran. Veteran gives us immunity to some stuff. Reflexes, Grenadier, not useful. Mountaineer is broken. Survivor. Start regenerating health more quickly. So what does Grenadier give you? Grenadier, explosive damage, slows enemy health regain, and movement speed. So Veteran, it makes you immune to that. Resistant to flash, gas, movement, and shock stick negative effects. I don't know. I guess that's the most useful here. Maybe Survivor, but in solos you never even get this. This isn't usually a thing. Perk 2, we're going to stick to cold-blooded. I think that helped us out a lot, and alertness I think helped us out quite a bit. We could go to Ghost. Everybody in that last circle was running Ghost. Speed Freak says Survivor perk. Survivor, I don't know if it's going to do much. Start regenerating health more quickly. Your allies revive you faster when you're down. That's irrelevant because we're not playing teams. Health regens after 3 seconds. Survivor Tracker Tempered. Rebel dies a lot. Man, everybody has an opinion here. All right, we're gonna go Veteran. That's just gonna get rid of our explosive damage that slows us down, throws equipment further. I don't know. We're gonna stick with this. It'll let us stay low profile. We can slide into battles a little easier maybe. We'll see. Last circle or 2, vehicles should be disabled. Speed Freak. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of up to the lobby to take out the vehicles early. Don't Don't let people have vehicles. And I think if we ran restock instead of cold-blooded or quartermaster, we could, every vehicle you come across, you just put a couple prox mines in it and blow the thing up. Or C4s maybe. I think C4s would be a one-shot kill on most vehicles. Sticky explosive with a large damage radius. I mean, I hate to be the guy running C4, but I think that might be it. I don't know. We'll stick with what we got. Blast traps are nice because you can just set it and forget it. With a C4, you have to remember to detonate the thing. Like clockwork, truck guy bullied you guys at the end. Yeah, he was definitely bullying us around. And I thought we would have gotten a lot more damage on that truck with the mortar strike right on top of it, but it didn't seem to affect it that much. He did end up in the gas quite a bit driving around. If I could have killed the guy down on the ground and just focused on truck guy, he couldn't really drive up the hill too much more because he was going to end up in the gas. We also had that long dock sticking out there, so he couldn't really drive around the ice that much. It was just a matter of I had to get a kill on the guy down low, get plated and ammoed before he jumped out of the car to run in game. But I don't mind finishes like that. I mean, obviously, I messed up. I shouldn't have went to the low ground. Once I dodged the truck and he went down the hill, all I had to do was stay on that high ground for another second or so, burn up my gas mask or whatever just to stay up high. Let those two fight it out for a minute and then take an opportunity. But overall, the game went pretty well. I think there were a couple times we should have been deaded that we got away with, but overall we did fine. The Terminator pushing us in that house usually wouldn't work out well for us. And also we had that other guy on the hill coming towards the house. And he was a pretty good shot. Luckily we were able to reposition out of the house and caught him sleeping a little bit. Probably don't need to reload after every shot. But I do it anyway, just so I have time to relish my kills. You know, you get some nice snipes in. You need to sit there and think about it for a minute. Speed Freak, you should be early Friday for me. Might go buy a new pickup today. That's kind of cool, Speed Freak. Yeah, buying a new car is always fun. It's always like for the first week or so, that car smells great. It's like, yeah. And then you gotta, eventually it's time to wash the thing and put gas in it. No, I always like a new car. Actually, I'm gonna do some vehicle work maintenance today. I need to change the oil on our little Jeep Renegade. My sister-in-law is going to drive it to New York, so it needs an oil change before she takes it. And I'm also going to pull the deer guard off the front of the Jeep Grand Cherokee and clean it up and repaint it. It's got some little bit of rust starting on some of the seams. It came with that, you know, nice black oxide paint job on it that I'm sure he's in that house next to us. We're gonna run away as quickly as we can. Just get our contracts, get away from this guy. Hopefully swap out our... Why are we not seeing it? Are we that far away already? Guessing he's up above.
Supply box is secured. One remaining.
I thought I still had my heartbeat sensor. Forgot we just swapped it out over there. I don't know if that's a person we're here. Oh, it is a person.
I'm getting stitched up.
Ran out of bullets. He was so dead. Eye up. Good morning. Welcome in. That was frustrating. So we had an easy kill there. We just didn't reload our gun before we rushed him. We probably could have just switched weapons too. That would have worked out fine. Speed Freak, newest thing I've ever owned is my 2006 Cummins, so it would be nice to get something newer. Yeah, I mean, 2006 is pretty old. My mini truck is a 1991, so that's got a little age to it. And then what are we doing? And then my one Jeep is a 1960, so it's pretty old. But I do have the two newer Jeeps. The Grand Cherokee is a 2021, and the Renegade is a 2019. So they're both getting a little older, but we're gonna keep driving them for a while. All right, lost our concentration there for sure. 007, good morning. Welcome in. But it's always fun to get a new vehicle. I know my son-in-law and daughter got a new vehicle recently. They're super excited with that. Who else got a new vehicle? I remember some. Oh, one of my friend from high school, Medic. He just got a new vehicle. Well, not a new vehicle. He got a vehicle. He moved over from Europe to the U.S. recently, and obviously it's a lot bigger here, so you need a vehicle. I just can't believe how much cars cost these days. You know, you look at just a little pickup truck, just the baseline, whatever. And you're talking, I don't know, what's the minimum you can buy a pickup truck for now? 30,000? And if you get one with all the goodies on it, it could be like a $80,000 pickup truck. That's crazy. 2500 HD. There you go. Got a few horsepowers under the hood, I guess. Yeah, I haven't had a need for a pickup truck in a long time. I used to have one in Florida for a while, and I don't know why. I really never used the bed that much except to put my kite gear in or, just little stuff. Had a nice little tonneau cover over the top of it. Um, but it was nice to sit in a truck. You're sitting up high in traffic. You don't feel like if somebody hits you, you're going to die immediately. It was a Ford F-150, I think, and it had a problem with the motor not too far into it. It's like it kept throwing error codes about the lifters, and it had hydraulic lifters that didn't do well for some reason. Yeah, anytime that you're hauling something like a camper or a work trailer, a big truck, preferably a diesel, is probably the way to go. But what do I know? We have like a 5,000 pound dump trailer here in the mountains, and I just tow it with my Grand Cherokee. And the Grand Cherokee can tow up to 6,000 pounds, so we're pretty good. 80 to 90% of pickup owners don't need one. That is very true. But a lot of times it's not what you need, it's what you want and what kind of vehicles are kind of personal, you know. Does anybody really need a sports car? Probably not. You know, you don't need 300, 400 horsepower to go 65 miles an hour down the highway.
Enemy dropping into the AO.
Again, I don't need to reload, but I just got to take that time to enjoy the splatter. Don't know where the guy went.
All stations, green light. We're deploying to the war zone.
Yeah, so as far as cars go, you know, even if you don't need a pickup, it's good to have. But a sports car, you know, you gotta have a reason, I guess, to get a sports car, or no reason. It's like, okay, I already have a family car and a pickup. Well, might as well get a sports car because I don't know. I've had my share of sports cars. Every one of them is like a couple years into it, it's like, yeah, it's just a car.
Battle Royale.
Not even a good car. It's hard to get in and out of. All right. I remember when the new style or the retro style Camaros first came out. We bought one right off the dealer's showroom floor. It was a red SS Camaro, and it was like, yeah, I gotta have this. And within like 6 months, it was like, okay, it's just a GM car, plastic everywhere, heavy, not well put together. But it was fun to drive for about 6 months or so.
Hunt down the enemy. Enemy soldiers incoming.
I am not a fan of... I was going to say, I'm not a fan of SMGs with optics on them. It just feels wrong. Probably should have kept the SMG. Would have worked out better. We had the guy in the window, in an animation, put some shots on him, still didn't die. Wise man, every homeowner needs a truck, always something to haul. Yeah, you know, back in the day, well, people our age, I agree with that. But most of the kids around, you know, they don't, even if they could haul something, they don't work on things. You know, it's always hire somebody to do the yard, hire somebody to be a plumber, hire somebody to do everything. I don't know. And I don't want to blame the kids. It's just, maybe it's easier. Maybe we're the ones wrong, decide to fix stuff. Maybe it's easier just to hire people to do everything. I don't know. They're making retro MGs. Man, MG, I can't even imagine getting in one. I think the smallest car I had a Toyota MR2 Spider when those came out, the convertible, the second gen. He was a little late on that. And what else did I have that was really tiny? I had a Lotus Elise. Can you imagine me getting into a Lotus Elise? Man, that was a tiny car. There was actually a method to get in and out. You had to put one leg in, put your butt on the sill, kind of rotate in and tweak your back a little bit just to get in the thing. But it was a fun car. What else? Oh, I saw like one of those. It was the Honda S2000, little convertible. I had one of those. That was a fun little car too. Wore the clutch out pretty quick. You know, we should have known. We got a guy in the file cabinet with a ground loot just waiting. He just left the box humming, waiting for somebody to come into the building. Yeah. It's those kind of people that you don't like. But I would have done it. All right, let's look at our perks again. Rebel Dies Lot says Survivor Tracker Tempered. I don't know about Tempered. I mean, yeah, there's not a lot of plates in the game, but we haven't really had a problem finding plates. So I don't know if Tempered is a good thing. Let's get our game started before we start looking at stuff. It takes forever to load a game up. All right. So would you really run Tempered instead of Alertness? Alertness just tells you when anybody's close by, except if they're ghosted, I guess. I agree, Gung Ho's not good. Resolute, not so much. Ghost, Bird's Eye, if you're on a squad, I'm sure that's okay. Tempered, yeah, I mean, I'd love to have Tempered, but I'm not going to give up Alertness to get Tempered. Tracker over Cold-Blooded. Man, it seems like a good thing, but I think with the low time to kill, you're not really tracking people. I'm not going to use the footsteps at all. And I don't think you have to really track people for long. You just got to get like 3 or 4 bullets on. I do think recharging equipment over time is a good thing for us. Do we give up Cold-Blooded for that? Probably not. And then on perk 1, I don't really have a good one. Veteran doesn't really do much for me. Survivor, I don't think that's going to help us much. Scavenger, we decided that isn't really great. I mean, we'll try Survivor, but I don't think it's going to really help us much. You never hardly ever get a chance to use a self-revive on this game. With the snipers, I guess if you have a self-revive, you get downed on a rooftop or something, maybe you'll have a time to pull off a self-revive. But usually when you get killed now in a sniper, you're running across a field, and it's just like you're going to be downed and then dead. All right. Yeah, so I think my brother's coming over today, and my mom and my brother are going to cook dinner. So, and then we're going to have more family coming into town today. So we'll have at least 2 of my brothers here with their spouses, and my mom and us and the dog. It should be awesome. Bring a noise. I need a truck just because. That's right. Yeah, I'm actually, I have that little mini truck here. It's a Honda, built in Japan. It's a Kia truck. K-truck? I don't know. It's a little truck, a mini truck. And it does all the hauling I need. I mean, you can put full-size sheets of plywood in the back. It carries, I don't know, it probably carries a 1/4 ton, I would guess. But for running to Lowe's or Tractor Supply or wherever you need to go, it's pretty good. It's not great at highway speeds. It tops out around 65, and I don't think you'd want to run it that fast for very long. But it could probably run at 55 all day long. I probably should maintain it better. I'm very lax on a lot of what I do with it. I think I put brakes on it when I first bought it. And other than that, we really haven't done much. So those middle ranges, it's kind of, if you don't get a one-shot kill with the sniper, you're pretty much dead. Somebody with a kilo will just light you up and you're dead before you know it. So 007, are you going to get you a retro MG? I can't even imagine. I mean, that thing is so small. I remember when the retro minis came out. It's like you compare it to an original mini, and it wasn't even close to the same size. It was like double the size. It was still a good-looking car. I think Mrs. P had one of those for a while. She liked it. I think I drove it once, and even with the seat all the way back and down, I felt like my knees were up around the steering wheel like a clown car. And it's not the kind of car you'd want to pick up a buddy and go drive around in. It was a convertible. It's like, yeah, we're riding in the mini convertible. Yeah, not a good thing. Some cars definitely have a personality, and that has a female personality to it. Not that that's a bad thing. It's just the way it is. All right. Let's get a contract, a gun, a smoke, plate, a rocket launcher. We probably don't need that. Thought we heard somebody close. I mean, there's got to be somebody close here. We're going to ignore them and run away.
One supply box down. 2 remain.
Might as well loot up while we can here. Get a little more sniper ammo. Doesn't sound dangerous around us yet. I guess it never sounds dangerous until it is. All right, this looks dangerous. There's a buy station over here. Sounds like maybe a sniper going off. I don't feel like we're going to be sniping people. Where's the gas mask? I thought you always get a gas mask. All right. Do we think this guy is going to go to the buy station? There was somebody stalking us a minute ago. I think we're going to ignore it. Man, that buy station looks like a bad idea, doesn't it? This feels like a bad idea too. There's a safe over there. If you're so inclined to get in a safe, it's available. There's a guy by the big building doing a contract. Guy on the roof. I don't know if I can light him up, but we're not going to get a kill on it.
You've got a loadout drop inbound.
All right. Well, this is a bad direction to go. 007 is not getting the MG retro. That's probably a good thing. How about TV station? We haven't been here in a while. It's kind of scary to get into a TV station. All right. We got to do something here, though. We know we're going to have the campers like before, where you walk into a room with a box humming and somebody's just sitting on a file cabinet waiting for you to do something. Well, that was like the mother lode there. Nice target of opportunity would be good. Rush, good morning, welcome in. Yeah, we definitely need to get some coffee, and we're out of coffee in our cup. In fact, we thought about getting a cup this before we started this game, but didn't get it done. All right, we need a buy station. We need everything.
Got a buy station here.
Got a guy out here. Is he up in the tower? He is. He's right up there. Maybe he has some stuff that we need. Probably not. Alright, let's grab this truck, get to the buy station. Wow, that's a little rough on the suspension. Got a guy parachuting in front of us. We know there's a guy up on the hill. That was a horrible shot. We're going to go ahead and see if we can get our buys in. We need a gas mask, a self-revive. What else do we need? Munitions box. Sure.
Got gas inbound. Safe zone relocated.
Should have got a kill streak too, but we didn't quite have enough cash flow for that. Ouch. Just about messed that up. Nice. Alright, that was not good. Rush, I feel like the contracts and buy stations are now hard to see. I think the contracts they messed up on, it's a floating contract, but it doesn't turn towards you. It's like it should rotate towards you when you look at it, because sometimes you're looking at the contract on the edge and it's like, wow, it's hard to see, I agree, but it's not horrible. All right, we messed up badly on that. All right. We just got rid of Mr. Chinese Japanese. Not a very nice thing to say. Ooh, this is a problem. Sure, he's sitting right here waiting for us. He should be anyway. $3,000. We could get us a something maybe. All right. We got super lucky on that. We don't have far to go, and we should probably keep the high ground if we can. Even though we know there's somebody in this green building sniping. And he's sniping at someone, so we're going to get over here and wait, I guess. We don't really have time to wait. I guess we do have time. All we have to do is figure this out. I'm guessing he's got in a car. I don't have any idea where he's at. Anybody down this hill has got to make some miles pretty quick. I still can't believe we lost to the guy with the yellow head. That was not right. There was no reason for us to push that, and we did it anyway. What do you have? Gas mask we already have. I guess we're good. We can see what perks he has. Maybe his are better than ours. All right. I think we're going to try to stay high ground all the way around, see if that works. We actually could buy a self-revive up here, assuming it's less than $6,000. Yeah, so we heard that guy creeping around. He dropped an airstrike. Ooh. I don't think we're going to go back for it, but I didn't notice. I would like to have an airstrike late game, assuming we make late game. Gotta... No! He probably doesn't have much of anything. Yeah, I agree. Contracts are hard to see because I didn't even notice that other guy had one. We're going to go check out that upper window also.
Moving here. Crush that.
So there's still gulag time, so all these people might be coming back for their stuff. Get a boatload of cash. We don't want to be like him. We don't want to be in that house and get sniped out of the window. Misfit Gamer, boat ramps get slippery at low tide. My boat with fuel and ice weigh a lot. So the 2500H, you know, most pickup trucks are not really good at pulling boats out of ramps. Unless you like have a load of bricks in the back or something. I remember we used to always use our Jeep Grand Cherokee four-wheel drive to pull a boat, and it would do pretty well. We had a 26-foot boat on a 2-axle trailer, and it didn't matter how bad the ramp was, you could always get it to work. But you would see pickup trucks, even 2500s, anything, and unless they had a lot of weight in the back, yeah, they just wouldn't do well. You get those back wheels down in the slimy boat ramp water and no weight in the back, and just spins. All right. Now, once you get up on level ground, then you get all the tongue weight from the boat on it. But early on, all the weight's on the back of the trailer, and just it's horrible. I feel like we are not using our lethals and tacticals now because we don't have the regen or recharge on them. And it's like I have 2 smokes and I need to save them. It's like driving an electric car. You always, as soon as you charge it and it goes down to 98%, you feel like you're almost out of electricity. All right, I guess we're gonna get above the dam. Wise man, thanks for coming by this morning. We'll see you next time. Safe travels and enjoy your day. All right. We don't have a lot going on here. Snarky Goblin, truck talk gets my interest because I can't wait to be done restoring my 1980 K10. That should be an awesome little truck. Yeah, I think if I was going to get a pickup now, it would probably be an old square body or something, you know, just to drive around town. I mean, I like my little mini truck, and I like my old Willys Jeep, but I think it'd be much better off. The Willys Jeep is fun to drive, but it's pretty useless. I mean, it's not the best vehicle for doing anything. It's not a great off-road vehicle. It's not a great going-to-town rig. But an old pickup truck would be fun. I was actually thinking Jeep had a Gladiator, the old Gladiator. I thought that might be fun to get, but ultimately not so much. It's kind of the same as my 1960s CJ5. It's just a longer bed. So he doesn't have a kill streak. We're not going to push in right now. I don't want to crest this hill. All right, let's see if our... Thought for sure we'd be able to get a kill on that. Guess not. Antoxic, Anton, good morning. I've been following you from Italy. Welcome in. I know I didn't pronounce your name right, but it's the best I can do. Misfit game. Oh, we're talking about slippery boat ramps. Yeah, that's always an issue. All right, we can either push into the dam directly. We could try to snag somebody's truck, or sneak all the way around the out of bounds on the top side.
Friendly loadout drops on the way.
We're going to try to sneak around the top side. We have our heartbeat sensor. Probably not going to be very helpful. We got the guy with the car straight ahead of us. We don't have a lot of time to figure this out either. All right, 63 meters over here. 49 over here.
Gas is closing in.
We had Mr. Puffalump.
Enemy UAV is online. Hostile UAV in the area.
Attack me!
Stop shooting at me. Wow, okay. Where do we think he just went?
Safe zone relocated.
I don't know where he went. We're not going to worry about him. Going to get a sniper looking right at us here.
Online.
Somebody in Firehouse is going to see us. Of course he's ghosted. We ran right over him. Dinger, good morning. Misfit Gamer, I have a lot of tongue weight on my 8-axle trailer for my Contender 31. Trailer axles are far to stern. Lots of tongue weight helps pull me out. That's awesome. Yeah, if you can get the bow of the boat up on the trailer, it'll pull out okay. But some of the shorter like express cruisers and things, they're so heavy on the back and there's nothing on the trailer early on. So we had 8 kills, 2 deaths, 6th place. So we've actually had 2 good games in a row. It's pretty amazing. A lot of damn endings for me. Yeah, we are. That's 2 in a row. Damn endings. All right, we're gonna get coffee this time. We're gonna do better. But it's hard to beat a good utility pickup truck. I mean, there's a lot of showy trucks with, lifted and stuff like that. But those kind of trucks usually don't ever get a lot of stuff in the back. All right, I'm gonna grab some coffee. I'll be right back. All right. So we have an equipment auction in South Carolina this weekend. That's kind of exciting. I'm trying to look for a little bit bigger box blade for my tractor. So that would be fun to come up with. I also saw there's some little like excavators for sale. Might look into getting one of those. I don't need a big excavator, but I do have a lot of like ditches next to the roads up on the hill, up on the mountain. And it's hard to clean out with my tractor. The box blade, you can't really tilt it that much. The front bucket is pretty useless. The backhoe, it would take forever to clean those out with a backhoe. But if you had an excavator, you could just like drive up and down the road and scoop out the ditches. So yeah, we might do that. EOD says it's dub time. We've been a long time waiting for that. We'll see. I do think that our cold-blooded is working out for us. We haven't really had anybody pushing us and sneaking up on us. We've had several cars drive by and they haven't leveled back to do anything. Guess who is level 7 horned? I don't know what level 7 means. Level 7 horned. Yeah, I don't know what that means, EOD. Well, we got a hit on him, but somebody else hit him more better than we did. Cold-blooded, it's meta. Yeah, we've been getting slapped pretty good today also. Our first few games were not good. And then we definitely had to slow down. Misfit Gamer, my hobby is buying fuel. Yeah, I used to be into airplanes quite a bit. And that was always the running joke, is turning dollars into 100 low lead and then turning 100 low lead, which is the type of fuel, into noise. That's pretty much all we did. All right, this is hopefully not going to be a damn finish. Let's just jump over to port. We haven't been there in a while. We have somebody going right with us. Might get a shot at him with a pistol here in a moment. Grab that and see if we can run away.
Supply box is marked. Secure those locations.
He's not chasing us, so it's probably not worth turning around and going back to find him. I'm almost perplexed on which thing to get. Oh, no.
It was nothing.
No way, you did better.
I think he looked around the corner, expected to see us immediately, and then backed out, and somehow we got a shot on him. HDR? I don't know. I feel like we have someone else close. We have no plates. There's someone right inside this building next to us. We're not going to push in there unless we have to. Yeah, you know, some smokes would be good right now, or plates would be even better.
Supply box secured. Good to go.
Iron sight kilo. Can't go wrong with that.
Supply box is down. One to go.
LDBR awaiting targeting data.
Feels a little sketchy. Alright, so we're going to have to take this part of the map off of our preferred drop. There's Every place we've been running feels dangerous.
All supply boxes secured.
All right, I guess we gotta go over here, or we go back to port.
Got a buy station here.
Maybe we go back to port. I think we've cleaned out most of it. We know there were at least a couple people back here. We know there was a guy in this building off to our left, and that guy. Yeah, that wasn't good. Sandwich Maker, good morning. Welcome in. Happy Friday. My homie made 14K off selling socks last month. Selling socks. I don't think I have enough socks to sell to make 14,000. That's kind of cool though. So Misfit Gamer buys fuel and fishing reels. Yeah, it's super hard to justify fishing. I know we did the trip down to Key West earlier in the month, or last month I guess now. And if you add up, you know, dollars per pound spent, you could have lots of nice fish dinners for how much you spend on fishing. So unless you have like a nice commercial rig that's cheap to run, you're not making money at fishing. Been a rough week. Sandwich Maker gets to play the game. We have all these guys just hitting us with rocks. It's not nice. Freaking Groots. You know, there's very few things I hate in life, and the Groot is one of them, and probably the Terminator skin is the other. SI Gamer, good morning. All right. Well, I guess we can't get top 3 every game. No, we've had two really good games with damn finishes. That one, I don't know. We messed up. We knew there was somebody around that buy station. We went for it anyway. He flashed us, and I don't know. He needs to go play Resurgence or something. And then the Gulag, we have the Groot guy. That was no fun. All right, I do want to thank all 30 people over on Twitch right now, and we have about 20 or so on YouTube. So thank you guys for hanging out with me this Friday morning. I know there's lots of options out there for you to go do. Lots of things in the world you could be doing this morning, but I'm glad you're here with us. Yeah, I'm excited. All my family's coming over today. My mom's already here. My brother's coming over later to start cooking, I don't know, whatever he's going to cook. And then I have another brother coming into town tonight. Misfit Gamer, I tell myself it's fresher. Yeah, if you catch your own fish and you know it was caught today and we're grilling it tonight, it's fresher, and it's worth, you know, it's worth a couple $100 a pound, I'm sure. Yeah, when we were in Key West, I kind of chinched out. Well, I didn't really chintz out. It wasn't lobster season anyway, but there was a commercial fisherman that was collecting lobster, and he had lobster tails for $10 each. So I went ahead and bought 10 of those. So that was good. Lots of lobster for $10 each. I couldn't catch them myself for that. But a lot of activities in the world, you don't do them for profit. It's fun. You know, fishing, boating, it's a luxury. And but what are you going to do? Save up your money and give it to your kids? No, can't do that. You got to spend all your money. Snarky, party at DP's house. Yeah, we are going to have a party tonight, I guess. Probably a hangover tomorrow, I would think. Hopefully not. I'm not a big fan of hangovers. It's like the waste of an entire day when you get a hangover. pre-game. All right, so last game we kind of strayed from our strategy. We need to land where there's not a lot of people, grab a contract, get safe, get our loadout, and then sneak around. And farms is not a good place to do that. We've been having really good luck on this ridge from TV station to dam, and this looks like it might be a military base finish. So maybe we'll go... Where are we gonna go? We gotta go somewhere. Grab this, snag a car, hope for the best. Probably a bad idea. We're gonna have at least 5 people with us. Sandwich maker stopped drinking about a year ago. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I mean, usually drinking is overrated.
Locations are marked on your TAC map.
I thought we heard somebody. We're gonna keep sneaking around until we think we're alone again. Alright, so going up in that thing sounds like a really bad idea. I don't know if he was out of bullets. There's 2 people here. Yeah, don't go to farms.
Welcome to the Gulag. Fight to win redeployment.
Dingers! 15 years, that's pretty awesome. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm not much of a... It's like New Year's resolutions for me. I can tell myself, you know what, I don't think I should drink anymore. And usually by the next weekend, I'm good to go again. I'm sure my day will come where it says, you know what, I've had enough of this. All right, we are doing horrible. And we don't really want to be down in that valley.
Got a scavenger contract here.
We have a minute till free loadout, so maybe we should just play for that. If we float around on a parachute for too long, we will get sniped out of the air. Got somebody with a UAV below us.
Supply box is located. Move to secure.
I don't know if a thing is better than a Craig C. Both of them are probably not what you want to be holding on to for very long. Just feels sketchy right here next to the dam.
You're losing ground. Move it.
Were those my footsteps we heard?
One supply box down. 2 remain.
We hear a sniper. I guess he's further away than he sounds. The good old open door. That's never a good thing. There's a car at this buy station. I don't know if it's supposed to be there or not. I don't know how far the thing works. Surely it would work at 20 meters, so we're going to say we're okay.
Contract complete. All supply boxes found.
Stop.
Just got a loadout drop inbound.
Stop. All right. Man, I feel like we are struggling. There was the buy station there. We had a little truck there. And our loadout. We have a gas mask. If we can get a self-revive, that would be pretty golden. And let's wait for circle. Maybe put a blast trap on the thing. Don't know if it's going to help, but makes me feel good about it. We probably shouldn't hang out by this buy station anyway. Maybe grab this truck and go hit the hills somewhere. Sounds like a plan. This one's seen better days. We could upgrade our... Oh my goodness, we just about flipped it. This thing is not doing well. I guess it's a good idea to break them if you can, so the next guy doesn't get it. All right. Well, we don't have a lot of stuff. Might sneak over here and grab another truck, though. Let's catch up on chat for a moment.
Loadout drop headed your way.
I still enjoy my beverages, but have been clean from dipping for 13 years. That's kind of cool. Snarky.
Gas is closing in. Relocating
I've
safe
chewed
zone.
since I was 16. Yeah, I have a cousin. That dips, and man, it's not a pleasant thing for him. All right, why don't we get? I guess he didn't have any blast traps. What does he have? Thermite? We'll take his thermites. At least we get 2 of those. All right, what else were we doing up here? If I quit drinking, I'd likely lose 30 pounds. Snarky Goblin. Yeah, you know, alcohol definitely puts the weight on you. You know, I think if you're going to drink a lot, you have to have a gold mine or some type of activity. And I try not to drink that much. Now, who am I? Well, I guess if you don't count beer, I don't drink that much. But I do drink at least a couple beers a day. Which some of my friends is like, they'll drink a whole case of beer a day. It's like, dude, you're going to kill yourself. That is not healthy. All right. Misfit Gamer, my buddy owns a Grand Cherokee for years, is a big fan. You know, I have the WK2 version of the Grand Cherokee, which I guess was made up until 2022. And they changed it to a new version. I just can't stand it. It looks super square. It just doesn't look like a good vehicle. So we're probably going to be off of the Grand Cherokees for a while whenever we get rid of this one. And my son works for, well, he's in the automotive industry, and he says don't buy any car from 2022 on. They're just not good. He said, I guess after COVID, there were a lot of part supplier issues and just not a good time to get a car. Assassin's Creed a couple weeks ago. I've never played Assassin's Creed. I'm sure it's a good game. Is that a guy on that rooftop? No, that's a tree. I can't even see people that far away. Well, we're not going to be able to sit up here the whole game. We're going to have to get something. Using our sniper scope up here is a bad idea. SI Gamer enjoys beer, occasionally weekend whiskeys. Yeah, that's kind of all we do. We do beer during the week, and then Saturday night we get together with our neighbors, and it's always a whiskey or something, but not a lot. I mean, you try not to over drink it. So you gonna get out? Just a waste of ammo. He did get out. Actually, he didn't get out. That's the truck that was there before. Yeah, maybe he got out over here.
Moving. Cancel last.
Not sure. Oh, he's up there.
Gas is inbound. Marking new safe zone.
Probably shouldn't push in too far here.
Fire sale active. Buy station prices have been reduced.
Alright, we know the guy is going to be up here somewhere. He's not going to be too far away from his truck. Sticking our head up here is a bad idea. He's right by his truck. All right, he needed that. Sandwich maker, I've replaced alcohol with the gym. That's what I've been addicted for now. Yeah, I mean, if you can do something like that, that's awesome. I don't have that mental wherewithal, I guess. His truck's a little sketch, so we're going to stay away from it for now.
Fire sale's done. Prices are back to normal.
And get back up on our top rock and hang out for a minute. You know, I do find, to Sandwich Maker's point, I do find that if I'm working in the gold mine a lot, like if I have a goal that I need to dig a lot and get something done, I don't drink as much because I know that if I do, it's gonna so these two are chasing each other. They can't hear me running. Surely he's going to go check the upstairs. All right, well. We'll get one chance at him when he runs for his car. But other than that, we probably won't. Liquid Steel, good morning. Kraut Lush, good morning. I went to bed at 3 studying. Are you proud of me? Absolutely. Anybody that doesn't study all night is aces. Now, I don't know. What were you studying? Just start slow and don't overdo it. I'm guessing he's hard peeking that top window. I wouldn't have the ability not to look out every window.
Gas is closing in. Get to the new safe zone.
Where's this guy at? We got to worry about that. We know he's going to be posted up there. We still might get somebody running in behind us. I don't know where that guy is. He must just be laying down somewhere. All right. Liquid Steel, I ran 2 times casuals. It was a sweatshop. Was off after 9 p.m. though. Yeah, I think probably nighttime is more sweaty than mornings, but I'm not sure. We know the guy's in that house. His car's still parked there. Ooh, 66 meters right up the hill. We missed him. We had a perfect opportunity to take somebody out of the game and didn't get it done. Got the truck guy, so we can go take his truck. Let's take this beat up truck over there and then swap them out. good. I don't think we want to stay here.
There's an airstrike available.
I must think we go down the hill, get our bad
Gulag locked down.
truck. There's a guy below us.
Down to 10. Witness
We know there's the guy up the hill. We need to find him. All right. So we have a fairly good vehicle. We have 5 people. We should be the only one with a truck in-game. So we should do the right thing and get over here and hit this guy. Let them shoot at each other. Now come back, truck. Oh my goodness. All right, we got 2 guys. If we sit here, we're going to get destroyed. Got the guy throwing the smoke. We're going to say he's probably up the hill throwing the smoke, down the hill. I don't know about that. Yeah, I mean, it was his aim assist. He just doesn't miss. He just strafes and sits back, and yeah, not good. All right, so we died a horrible death, 2nd place. Again. We had the truck and everything. All we had to do was wait, I guess. I was worried when he threw that C4. I knew for sure he was going to kill us with it. So we had 8 kills, 1 death, and 2nd place. We'll take that. Call me Pug, his movements. Yeah, I don't know if his movement was good, but he was just, we weren't getting hits on him, I think. Anyway, all right, that's going to do it for the day. We've been streaming for more than 2.5 hours, which is usually my limit. I do want to thank all 41 people over on Twitch, and we got about 25 or so on YouTube. So thanks a lot this Friday. We're going to go ahead and cut the stream, send you Twitch people somewhere, and we'll do this all over again tomorrow. Tomorrow's viewer quads. So make sure to jump in and we'll